Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Thank you for joining us again for what is going to be another amazing episode of the Almadata Show. Good morning, Toronto. Good morning, Ward. And for this morning, I'm going to say good morning to all my beautiful people in Morocco because my guests are from Morocco this morning. Thank you for making me the part of your start of your weekend. I hope you have your cup of coffee and your tea ready. Let's do this. Good morning, everybody. So we we are starting the show this morning. Last 2 weeks ago, I told you guys that I was going to be introducing you to my family. So first of all, to start my morning, to start the show today, I'm going to be introducing you to one amazing woman that is behind me, that make me who I am today, that pushes me every day. The show is all about family, I told you guys. So here, let me show you what I'm talking about.
Well, I just want to say I'm not surprised. When my younger sister said to me, "Oh, you know what? I want to, pursue my dream now. I want to pursue my dream. I want to, start my own, have my own show and be able to do this and do that." So it just, I just remember being her manager back in Nigeria. She had she was an artist. She had a song out. She did her photo shoots. Then she had this motherless home she used to go support. So it's always been about being there for people, trying to help people, trying to make a difference. So you know what, I'm not surprised. So big up to you. I'm happy for you. I am, trust me, I'm excited for you. I know this is God. You know what, I love you. I got love for you. Well, tune in on my Dede Show. Tune in November 6th, 2020. Thank you.
Welcome back to the Omadata Show. I hope now you know where I'm coming from. Now you know why I am who I am. I love you, sister. Thank you. I didn't really force them to do that. She just did it voluntarily. Like I said, I hope you guys have your cup of coffee ready because we have some juicy money to go. I have a juicy topic on my social talk this morning. We have a packed show for you. So let's get to what we call the social talk. This morning, let me drink a cup of coffee first. I know you guys have been seeing a video that went viral yesterday. A popular known artist from Nigeria, Nice. I still love his song. I love his song. He has one of the biggest hits in Nigeria. I still love to rock to the song Kunga. He got married last year, a extravagant marriage that he did. I know why people are upset about that video because he wasn't with his wife. But I have a question for my viewers this morning. What is society? What is marriage to society these days? What is the base of society of marriage now? Because so many of you have so many really vile comments to say about him, about the video he did with a girl. I can't even show the video. That's how crazy the video is. If you haven't seen the video, you can go to www.gbkm.tv. It's going to be on Monday show. You can watch the video there. So, why is the video going viral? Because he wasn't with his wife. He was with another woman. That is what the whole gossip is all about this morning. But at the end of the day, I say to anybody that has a problem with the video is he hasn't made his intention hidden. In 2016, Nice was quoted saying that he supports polygamy. He has said this repeatedly that he is God to women. So why I believe that any woman that is with Nice understand who he is. He told you, he already said it. So as for me, my own take in the whole conversation about marriage, about him being faithful, The people that know Nice, you already sent me messages and say he has never been loyal, he has never been faithful. But as for me, I'm still call me old fashioned girl. I take that. I still believe a man and a woman, one man, one woman. That's my belief. I still believe the sanctity of marriage, that we have to keep marriage, you know, still what we as generation wants to do. It's not just for fashion anymore. We should keep marriage between married couples, not another side chick. Okay, so moving on from Nice, I told you guys that I have an amazing show this morning, that we have a packed show for you this morning, and it is my honor to be introducing you guys to my guest all the way from Morocco. Before I show my guest, I just have one thing to say to you guys. There is my guest, I told you I was going to be your connect to Africa. This is my connection to Africa that I'm giving you this morning, Toronto. So let me introduce you to my guest who have created a one-of-a-kind, unique equipment, a musical instrument that everybody is going to be talking about in the next 2, 3, 4 decades to come. There have never been any instrument like this that have ever been made in Africa. It's made in Africa by Africans. That is the uniqueness of this instrument. So my ladies and gentlemen, my wonderful viewers, let me introduce you to my amazing guest all the way from Morocco, my queen and my princesses this morning. Good morning, guys.
Morning.
Good morning.
How is everybody doing this morning?
Good. Fine. But
You
actually,
guys
this is the afternoon in Morocco.
It's afternoon in Morocco. You guys look fantastic. You guys look amazing. This is the beauty of Africa.
Thank you.
This is the beauty of Africa. First, I just have a question for you. I will throw this question to the prince. How did you guys come about this group? How did you guys come all together?
Well, thank you for that, but it's a very long story. Actually, it started with me first because, first I used to be an entertainer as an acrobatic performer in America, and I've traveled all across the world. I was the first, one of the first tumbling teacher at the same time and a performer who broke the records across the globe. I used to perform with my son, and we have won a lot of awards across the world. And after that, I resigned, and I was old, and I went back to Africa. My mission was to, actually, it's a calling, to continue the Pan-Africanism and to really protect the African values and culture. So I've traveled across, I left my country for 9 years after resigning from the red carpet, and I went to Sandy Royal Carpet of Africa to continue to spread the message of peace, inspiring women, underprivileged youth, underprivileged communities, and even victims of war, the migrants, the refugees, using the message of peace and unity, tolerance, and forgiveness, of course, inspired by Nelson Mandela, and of course, putting religions together and intervene between religious and, wars between Muslim and Christian and ethnic groups. So first I started with Princess Ajuba from Ghana, Gambia. We met 10 years ago, and from there we traveled across. We met Princess Stella, of course, from Burkina Faso. She joined, and then from there we met, of course, Princess Kairat. We joined with Princess Kairat, and we continue. And here, as you can see, this is Noglunga Buthelezi. She's from South Africa. She's one of the, you're talking to a star here, one of the champion, even now, one of the best contortionists in the whole world. Even you can check on YouTube, you can check, she's the first contortion who changed the history of contortion when it was Chinese. She's the one who changed the whole momentum, who was trained by me when she was 8 years old, and she have traveled. She was in America, red carpet. She's been with everyone. She performed for Tyrese, Wycliffe John. We met Wycliffe, Lauryn Hill, you name them. So, you know, after that, when she retired, she came back and joined me. She didn't retire anyway. She left show business to come and join me so that she can inspire a lot of women, a lot of youth, a lot of children for the African talent. So she's a member of the new members of the Messengers of Messages. So we've been traveling across Africa everywhere. Where there's a problem, we come in, we come up with a message of tolerance, peace, and the unity of Africa. This is how we do. Our mission is to continue the vision of Kwame Nkrumah and other leaders of One Africa, Africa without borders. This is our thing, to really focus on African values and peace within Africa. I'm not talking about this violence. This violence are smaller than the humanity of Africa and African culture. This is our mission, and this is how we met.
For those our viewers here in Canada that don't really know your names, I would just like to start from you, Prince, to introduce yourself, your name, so they can understand who they are talking to.
Right, I'm Prince Malassi from South Africa. Prince Malassi Siwa from South Africa. I'm the founder and the president of this movement called the Messengers of Messages. Of course, here, I'll let Princess Ajiba to.
Yeah, Princess.
Okay, I'm Princess Ajiba Bayan Sinjo from Ghana and a poet of the Messengers of Messages.
Thank you. And my next Princess?
Princess Stella Aisha Sayon from Burkina Faso. Well, I'm the vocal lead singer and the spokesperson of the Messengers of Messages.
And to your right?
I'm Princess Kayla Zato from Benin, and I'm also a poet of the Messengers of Messages.
Thank you. And
I am Nobulonga Butelezi. I'm a percussionist, also a member of the Messengers of Messages.
Thank you. And I know that you guys have a guest this morning joining you guys. I will let her just introduce herself.
Okay, I'm not a princess. So I'm Zineb Iraki, and I'm Moroccan, and I'm the head of General Secretariat of ICISCO, which is an international organization specialized in education, science, and culture based in Morocco. And this organization is Actor of Development, which brings together more than 50 member states based in Africa, in Middle East, and Asia.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for having us.
You're welcome. You're welcome. So we know in Africa, when you look at the African continent right now, people say Africa is bleeding. And you guys have a message. Your slogan is the Messengers of Message. What is behind that word, the Messengers of Message? How did you come about that word?
Well, the Messengers of Messages is not just the word that we found. Actually, this is a very spiritual name, because it was given, to me by my late grandmother. Because when I was young, I used to have this word when there's violence, like in the families. I would talk about peace. I would advise people, even during my friends, even though they were old. I was ahead of my time, and most of the time I would do certain things that are above my age, even above my expectation. And one day I kept asking my grandmother, because my grandmother, she was a sort of, you can call it the prophet, or you can call it a spiritual person who would pray for people and be able to see the future and be able to do. She was more godly than anybody else. She would just pray for people just by singing. When people come, when you sing, she'll sing for you, this gospel or any words of God, and then you'll be healed. So, and I asked her, but what is this thing about me? All the time I will, tell people, I have dreams, such dreams, and these dreams comes to pass. And sometimes I'm ahead of my time, and people first, they think I'm crazy when I see certain things, and after that they happen. And why is always when I have something with me, and I rather give it to some people, even I have clothes, they are nice, I see someone suffering, and I give it that. And he said, you are a messenger. It's because you you have this gift with you, and that's why you're a messenger. You carry the message. You see, you have this message that you're coming here. Me, I'm a messenger to pray, but you're a messenger to unite people, to bring out solution. But I was young by then. So it just went, and I was like 10 or 11 years old and up to 15 and went out of the mind. So, but when I had the second calling after America, because I had this calling about Africa, when I was in America, it was not okay when I started seeing Africa and how the Americans think about Africa, or people that Africa is just whatever. But I stood for Africa, telling them the value of Africa, and many people, afraid to show the value of Africa. And even in America, people started to call me Mandela because of the message. I used to, after our performance, we would have like the Michael Jackson's mothers coming to us. The family of the Jackson 5 used to come to us. All the celebrities, families would bring their children to learn from me, for inspiration. And when I left everything, I said, I want to return to my roots. I want to continue this Africanism, because people kept asking me, telling me, you're a leader. Even the first time when I remember when I met Nelson Mandela, first time, when he came out from prison, we performed for him, me and my son. Of course, after performing, after looking at this act, he said to me, you're a great man. You have a long way to go. You will touch the world. Whatever it is, I'm wishing you the best. You are so good. You're a great person. You really touched me. And for me, it was, I was young by then, I was still into this lifestyle of the red carpet or things like that, but I didn't take it serious. It's after I realized, when I started this movement, and we're looking for a name. We're looking for a name. What can we do, call it? And once I was there, I don't know what it was that, and then I saw something messenger. I think it was in a paper, something written. And I started to remember that my grandmother used to tell me that I'm a messenger of messages. I carry message, and I told them, this is the name, the messengers of messages. So this is how it came out, because it connected me from the back because of what I've been doing across my life. And of course, before even becoming a messenger of messages, I've been training the underprivileged youth and finding jobs overseas, to do things like that. This is the name. That was the whole thing behind the name.
We are going to come back to you training the youth, but before we go any further, we are just going to go pay some bills. When we come back, we're coming back with our amazing guests from all the way from Morocco. I told you guys a piece of instrument, one of its kind, unique instrument that was made out from recycled materials. You guys are going to see hear about how the inspiration behind that instrument. We'll be right back.
Do you know who you are? What is your name?
Sometimes you wonder why and wonder how. Don't be alone. Just there you come, cause even if you choose or not to.
My child, recite the words of this ancient mythology. The wisdom I disperse in this verse, no apology. Memorize to keep you from evil theology. For you, the darker hue, you denied your equality. See, for generations we perpetrated psychology. Divide and conquer each other, really lynch policy. You cannot build each other up, how will you build economy?
Welcome back to the Omadede Show on GBKM TV. My name is Omadede, your host. Thank you for coming back with us. We still have with me this morning my amazing, beautiful royalties all the way from Morocco, and they are joining us. They are joined by a guest this morning. We get to talk to her later. Just like Canada, Canada is a unique place and multicultural community we have here. People speak French, people speak English. You still hear from them. They speak English as well in Morocco, and I know they are going to be speaking in French this morning. So to my Francophone community, you are just in the right place this morning. I told you this is the start of your weekend. I'm the start of your weekend. So I'm going to ask Princess Stella. So you are from Burkina Faso.
Yes.
You are from Burkina Faso. So what attracted you to the Messengers of Message? What attracted you to this group?
Well, first of all, what attracted me was that ability of taking challenges, like pushing us as a leader. We are women, but pushing us as women as we are to show us that we can do what people think that only men can do. So making us to take over our greatest fears, something like you believe or you think you can't achieve, he will show you that you can do it. He will teach you that you can build great things starting from nothing. And again, the biggest thing that attracted me is that he taught me that once I put God ahead of everything I do, I will definitely succeed in. So he taught me that as a singer, as an artist, I shouldn't remain in my comfort zone. I have to learn how to run against those who are faster than me. So he taught me to work. So when I met him, I had to start from the scratch. In my country, I was known as one of the famous artists and all, but then he just showed me that I was nothing. So he taught me how to be humble, how to learn from zero in order to be a hero tomorrow. And then I started from the scratch. I started singing in a cappella. My first training started with 3 years a cappella, and also facing life, like that ability of leaving the luxury things from the royal family I was coming from, but then going to meet the real world, you know, go down to those who are down and feel the reality of their daily lives, and then be able tomorrow to inspire the world with my story. Because the good thing about being next to our leader here is that we are writing our story. So every day is a new chapter. So that's the most amazing thing that I'm living. So it's an everyday teaching, and it's just the school of life. Yes.
Thank you so much. That's something that most of us in Canada here, we can identify with, starting from scratch, because when we come over here, you have to start from the scratch again. Thank you so much for that amazing story. But now, the anticipated question I want to know, ask you guys, is about the instruments that you made from recycle materials. I watched the making of the instrument. I saw each and every one of you worked on that piece of instrument. I want to know where that inspiration come from. Trust me, guys, if you haven't seen the making of the instrument, I try to pronounce the name of the instrument.
Izintambo Zomoya. Izintambo Zomoya, meaning the chords of the spirit.
Okay,
in the Zulu language.
I try to memorize it, pronounce it, because it was too beautiful. It took me back at the instrument. It took me back to when I was a little girl, because I was a dancer. So the sounds that were coming out of the instrument was something that I was familiar with. This is what Africa is all about. An instrument made from Africa by Africans. I want to know what the inspiration for this instrument is. What was the inspiration behind making of this instrument?
Again, going back again to God. Well, as I was telling you, that most of things that I do, they're very spiritual. I do not even know why I do things. Actually, I don't have any musical background, neither to have done any musical instrument in my life. Actually, we were here in Morocco for a project to work on the project based on the migrants and the refugees. And we were supposed to be going back, and coronavirus, got us here, and we find ourselves stuck here in Morocco. And, when they announced the lockdown, I said to them that it's going to be difficult. It's going to be boring. We do not know how it is. We are sentenced. We are still on a trial. We might be sentenced to life here. So the best thing what we did, we went around to the, carpenters, hardwares, where people are selling the materials to buy this recycled material that they were not using, but, selling, and, it was so expensive that even if you were to go to buy some material, because they know everything was closing down and you needed that. So it cost a lot of money, but we continued to do. We bought wood and we started to sandpaper. I did not know what I was doing. First, we started thinking that we are doing a small little instrument that is more like a 1 meter, 2 meter thing. Actually, I wanted to do a keyboard. I said I wanted to do African keyboard, but this instrument say no. You're not going to copy anything from the Western. And I found myself doing certain things that I did not do. And this instrument, trust me, it filled up the same room that we are. It's produced out of the different instrument that made one. So everything that came out there, we did not know where we are going, but we found ourselves with this instrument with different types of sounds, electronic sounds, vibration, spiritual, jazz, every little thing. And it was just guided by God. And when we were, as you can see that we were working 24 hours. We're going to sleep. Sometime I'll be sleeping on the couch there and working, and the princesses that were there working hard. We did not know. There was no plan. I don't plan things. There was no drafting. And fortunately, after the opening of the lifting of the lockdowns, it was complete. It completed at the same week. And when we sent the pictures to the television station, it was just enough. It was something. That is why this musical instrument is one of its kind in the world and the biggest in Africa, and it's historic. It's a heritage element of Africa because it was made during the hard time. And, I transformed the energy of transforming bad to good. I said, it is the same. Mandela spent 27 years in prison. So we're going to spend this time to build best of tomorrow so that we can inspire people. And this is created this instrument. It's one of its kind. And then it was all over the news. And we were awarded for this musical instrument. Even now we have some, requests for Guinness Book of Record, of course, of one of its kind. So very soon you will be seeing it on the Guinness Book of World Records because it's one of its kind. This is how it is. It was costly. We did not know what we were doing. And when I started, I was like making sure we're doing this. We'll find ourselves with something that touches the roof. You can actually expand it and make it touch the roof. It can do anything. It's just a robot. It's just a machine. It's a manual robot. It can do anything. I don't even know. And this was my first time in my history to do this musical instrument. I've never done any musical instrument. As you can see, it can slide, it can turn, it can tilt. It does movie effects, everything. That's what made us choose to make this. And these women are very powerful women. And, and I've proven to the world that women are strong. And I don't want women to say, I'm stronger than men. You are more powerful than men. Because men, they would have run away. But these women, they were there behind me. They were these princesses that were there and to inspire tomorrow. So this is the history of men with 4 powerful young princesses of tomorrow, the queens of tomorrow, and you are the queen of tomorrow and the princess of today. So you need to stand up and be able to do things for yourself. Don't think men leads you. You are the mothers of men. You need to lead the men. We have colonized you. So wake up and do it. This instrument is more dedicated to women, power of women.
Thank you so much. We can see the joy is one of a kind instrument that I've known is a history-making instrument that was made in Africa. I will take this question to my princess from Ghana. I know you are a poet. And when watching the making of that instrument, I saw the joy that came out from your face, that was on your face when making that instrument. What was the joy? What was the joy like making something that that was going to be groundbreaking?
Well, first of all, it was a great joy to participate in this creation. And it taught me a lot that in hard times, we have to be positive and see the light. It is to encourage each and every one of us that even this time that is so difficult, we have to come out with a positive energy and make use of every little thing within our disposal, that we shouldn't blame the situation. For in every bad there is good, and in every good there is bad.
Thank you. We're going to be moving on to a question that I always want to ask everyone, because to me, I believe that gender equality is one of the biggest human rights challenges that we have as a generation. And I'm going to ask my princess from South Africa. What do you, as a woman and as a princess and as a leader in your own right, in every way, form, or shape or form that you do, what do you see the biggest challenge as a woman? You worked on a piece of instrument that is going to be what everybody's going to be talking about in decades to come, because this is one of a kind instrument.